Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today we're going to move a big compressor from the machine shed over into the wood shop. The problem is that the machine shed is just packed with stuff. We had, 3 separate buildings that came down, including the barn. The barn was full of stuff, upstairs and down. When it was across the street, we put all of that stuff in here. And then we had 2 temporary buildings that came down. The big one out back here, and another one that we had over here. Those both came down and everything went in here. And then we got a bunch of stuff from a couple people. And those came in here as well. We got this place pretty well cleaned up a couple of weeks ago. My sister and brother-in-law helped. All of this stuff right here was in the wheelbarrow, and I'm going to have to get it back in the wheelbarrow. This all goes to the wood shop as well. But what I need to get done today is make a path. Oh yeah, that's easier said than done. And get that big compressor over to the wood shop. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to move out of the way. Okay, well, let's take a look at what we got in the way over here. There's a bunch of stuff in the way over there as well. Good. Have the correct strap. I believe this is the correct strap. Yeah, no hooks on it. And we'll bring the dolly back over there. I have to get that moved as well. Yeah, this is all of the stuff that was just jammed in here because we're getting ready for winter. I got to fold all this stuff up. That gets burned. And this just needs to be positioned better. But I'm going to have to come in over there. That's the only place that the gravel is ramped up. Get in there and come through here. I don't know if I even have the width here. All right. And there's my cart. All right, let's get that out of here. The whole reason that I'm doing this today is because it's going to start snowing in a couple hours. And that may be it for the winter. If I don't get that over here now, I may not be able to get it over here until spring. And I'm going to start working on this again in just a couple of weeks. So I want to have that compressor over here. So hopefully I can get that mounted and running in the shop in a month or so. All right, I'm going to have to crawl over and grab that. And looks like I can come right around the gator, but I can move that easy enough. All right, let's do this. Okay, I got to move this big pile of wood right here so I can get through here. I guess I'll have to put it over there. All of this wood, or the vast majority of it, used to be out in our Shelter Logic shelter, but that blew down last year. And it's all in here now. Okay, well, let's get this moved and get that junk there. I got to get out here. This is way better than it was before, but I still need to get a lot of this stuff put away somewhere. Unfortunately, we have 2 containers and we have stuff to get rid of out of those as well. We have this one right here filled with cabinets, and they're either going to be going in the tiny house or get sold in the spring. So until then, got this big mess. All right, let me tackle this. Okay, I got all that wood cleared out of the way, and I went in here to start getting it ready. I noticed this last time I went in here. I figured the cats did this. Peeled back the plastic and then kind of went around the top and then like came out here or something. Sorry about the flashing. These LED lights are flashing like crazy. But I got to the compressor and I started to move stuff around by the base. And then I saw this. This is a snake skin. And it's huge. See if I can find the other end. I don't think that's all of it. We'll see when we, well, let's go out of this crazy light and take a look at it. That is a big snake. We have bull snakes around here. We have rattlers, timber rattlers, but I don't think this is a timber rattler. I think it's either a bull snake or a rat snake. And we've had some monster rat snake sightings around here. When we first bought the land, there was a gigantic black rat snake that lived in a big log over there. But finding that inside of the building here, that's just bizarre. We leave the door open here and there to let the cats in here so they can get the mice, and they go around and knock stuff off of shelves. But apparently a big snake, yeah, there's more of it right there, and it comes from underneath the plastic there. So that's what did it. A snake. Let's see if we find some more underneath. Well, he's already at least 3 feet long, and he's a little bigger now that he got rid of this skin. All right, yeah, that is really unusual. Yeah, this is going to be so difficult to move, but I got it in here. We should be able to get it out. Problem is, I got to get this cart on it, and I believe, yeah, I think I have to do it this way. I have to do it in a way where I don't damage any of the lines. I have to get a strap around it. Okay, so let me bring that cart in here, clean this area up a bit, and we'll see if we can get this strapped on there. I believe this thing weighs, oh, it's right around 350 pounds or something like that. It's a real bear to move. And if I don't get this out of here now, I'm never going to be able to get it out. So let's get this done. All right. I got that light fixed. I guess it was just the bulb. Okay. I got this strapped up. I'm not 100% sure how I had it strapped before. I might want to put some styrofoam in here, because once I tip it back, it's going to want to do that kind of a thing. Or did I just not tip it back that much? Well, we'll find out real soon. exactly the same size as the door opening. Okay, so far so good. I was thinking I was going to have to move all this stuff, but it doesn't look like it. All I need is the width of the wheels. The crate will go right over a lot of this. You got to move that and some of this stuff and get the door open. Yeah, like I said, all of this stuff was in the wheelbarrow waiting to go over to the wood shop. I really don't want all this stuff over there. I have a lot of work to do over there, and everything that goes over there has to be moved around while I do the work over there. So what I think I'll do, as soon as I get this through here, I'll bring that wheelbarrow in here. I can get the wheelbarrow over to the wood shop in the middle of winter if I want to, with just a little bit of shoveling. But this thing will get bogged down. Okay, let's do this. I bought this compressor to run a sandblaster. I need a sandblaster for a lot of the antiques that I collect, barn trolleys and stuff like that. And I was building that room that's called room 13. I was building that as a warm room so that I could work in the winter. And then, oh, we're gonna go downhill now. Ugh. Oh no. Don't drop, don't drop. And then the spring that I was going to wrap that up, we started working on the wood shop here. I got to straighten this out. I'm going to have a heck of a bruise on my arm. That shifted weight onto my arm. All right. When I first got this compressor, I had to go pick it up at the end of the road. And it worked out that the truck that delivered it, the gate went right onto the back of my little truck. and I could get it off that way. I believe I have video of me getting it off of the little truck. Just kind of like that wood splitter right there. You just slide it until it wants to pivot, and then you should be able to get it down to the ground pretty nice and gentle. I'm slipping here. It's tipping again. It's on my arm. Damn it. Ouch. Yeah, these fins on the motor were jamming into my arm. All right, now I got to move this stuff out of the way. We'll get back to you when we have that done and a clear path into the shop. This will take a little bit. Okay, I think I got a pretty good path. I just got to get this straightened out. Let me show you this. Look what these cats have been doing. They're digging around. I have that foam up against this opening. I really got to get a door in there. The foam is up here, so they try to dig around it to try to tunnel their way into here where it's warm. I have a cat door that I'm going to have to put one either on that door and this door, or just on the back door. I'm guessing it will be just the back door. So everything's clear enough. This is going over to the tiny house, number 10 Romex. And I think we'll just go right over here for now. Yeah, eventually that's going to go right in that area between the two doors. The dust collector, I have that Oneida Cyclone. The dust collector is going to be mounted up high as possible, and that'll come down to a barrel, and we'll probably have a couple spare barrels right there. And then right now I think that the compressor will go right there. At some point I would like to get the compressor and the dust collector outside, build an auxiliary building off the back of this, and have the dust duct come in real high, right at the ceiling, and then route it around from there. But yeah, for now, both the dust collector and the compressor are going to go right there. All right, let's finish this up. not sure what these are. Oh, gauges. Trying to remember if these came with this or if I bought those. It'll come to me. It's been, what, 2.5 years? Oh, maybe even 3 years since I bought this. I need to get this fired up, make sure it's oiled up, get it fired up, and see how loud this thing is. And maybe it can stay in here, but I don't think so. Compressors are better off if they're outside in their own building because they can be pretty darn loud. All right, I have some anti-vibration stuff for the feet. Let me go see if I can find that stuff, and I'll close it up over there. And I have a bunch of other stuff I got to do today. This, that, and the other thing. I smell a skunk really strong. I hope one of the animals didn't find a skunk. Sure is beautiful here in the winter. Yeah, everything worked out kind of well. I went to the dump this morning and I got the last loads of gravel for the side of the tiny house, which freed up the wheelbarrow. So now I can get all this stuff in there. All right. That is the heater. Yeah, that's the heater and related stuff that goes into there. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back out here, get this insulation fixed up, and get this room insulated so I can get the drywall on here. I can work out here this winter. Just another project, though. Got way too many projects going. But I would like to see what Mr. Snake all did. There's 1.5 inches of airspace on the other side of this insulation, and apparently he was crawling around in that. He poked through here and there trying to see if he could get out, and apparently he came out underneath this, but he pushed it, pushed a few staples off of it doing so. Yeah, he was a big boy. I do not see that stuff. Yeah, some of my earlier videos on the channel were doing this floating stairway, and this is all insulated in here. This has 2 layers of drywall in it with the green glue, anti-vibration stuff on it, because the compressor was going to go right here. That right there is the circuit for the compressor. That's the nipple going through the wall for the air line. And here is the wire for the remote, low voltage wire. This is the power for the compressor. That's just an outlet down there. And that is the box for the thermostat right there. Yeah, this is going to be a nice little room. As I said before, this is called room 13, and I have it set up so I'm going to put a hanging toilet on this wall right here. This is the door for this. Right behind where this door is, there's going to be a hanging toilet. Yeah, it's going to be nice out here. We'll get this all cleaned up and stuff. Now that we have our containers back again, we can get some of this junk into the containers and have use of our space again. All right, I guess I'll look for that stuff later. It's probably on this shelf here. Ah, there it is right there. This is all of the stuff for the compressor. We have the drain hose, we have the filters. These are 3 compression blocks, and then those will sit on hockey pucks, which are in there somewhere, and that'll keep it from moving around. These are all anti-vibration things. And this was for a switch. I wanted to put a switch out here so I didn't have to go into the room. I'll use the switch for something else, but all right, that's good to know. We'll just leave that right there. Don't want to forget this. This is the line that goes from the compressor. It would have went to that nipple right there, but this will go from the compressor to the lines on the building that are connected to the building. Let me see if I got them handy right away. I have a kit of stuff for, yeah, that is the compressor's lines right there. I forget what the kit was called, but it's, I believe this is it underneath it. It's got all the fittings, and it has this PEX-like line instead of cast iron. All the shops I've worked at had cast iron, but this is the way to go. Yeah, you can see it's like white on the inside. I looked everywhere, and I could not find that stuff for the piping, but it's in here somewhere. I'll find it sooner or later. This is the stuff that was up here. We have, I believe there's an oiler in here and a water extractor, various other stuff. All gonna get mounted right behind the compressor. And this was the shutoff. We have a manual shutoff here, but this was for the switches. I believe that's, is it 24 volts? It's probably 24 volts. I don't know if I'm going to wire it that way over in the shop because the remotes are so cheap now that running all this stuff, I don't know if it's worth it. But I would like to have a shutoff at the different machines, like at least 3 of them in the shop. So maybe I'll see if I can get remote controls, 3 remote controls that will shut it off from anywhere in the shop, or at least 3 locations in the shop. One by the table saw / planer / jointer, and one by the chop saw, and then one in the general area of the shapers and stuff. Get out of here. These guys were let out to go potty, and they heard me talking. Go. Get. No, go. Okay, that'll about do it. So that's going to be an interesting project. We'll see what we need to do to get all these air lines and everything installed. Shouldn't be too hard with this stuff, but this stuff does retain a memory. It retains that kink, and there's a trick to getting this straightened out, but I'll show you that, and we'll get all this stuff installed hopefully before spring. I got to get them walls installed first. So if you want to see any of that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.